Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. If you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We'll greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, a self-winding in 34mm with a Grand Tapisserie dial, silver-toned in rose gold. Reference number 77351OR.ZZ.1261OR.01. Quite a mouthful. We'll just call it the Royal Oak. Alright, so I'll be talking about the case, bezel, dial, crown functions, the bracelet, and I'll be giving my thoughts on all of those throughout the video. But first, an unboxing because this is brand new. Alright, so opening up the box here. The flap folds down in front. This allows you to, let me lower you here. This allows you to get easy access to the box, but underneath the box we also have the warranty booklet here on the inside. All right, and we also have the caliber 5800 written on the side of that booklet there. More on that in a moment. All right, so here's the box with a very nice wood finish, a nice high polish to that as well. All right, and here's the watch itself. All right, and there we go. All right. Now let me just take the watch out itself and put all of this back where it goes, because we're here to talk about the watch, not so much the packaging, even though I do quite appreciate this packaging already. All right, now here we go. Here's the Royal Oak there with the silver toned dial Grand Tapisserie patterning. All right, in rose gold. Now, as is part of the unboxing process, we have all this tape to remove, as well as the plastic outer coverings. All right, and it would be nice if I had nails for this. Okay, there you go. All right, so there's that piece of tape. There's another one underneath, but first let's take the casing off, this plastic outer cover. Not the easiest, but once you get it, it comes off quite nicely. All right, there we go. Now we can remove the inner tape there. And the inner tape there on the 6 o'clock side of the bracelet. And if there's an easier way to do this, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear it and try it out, because I'm having a hard time with almost no nails here. There we go. Alright, so there we have it. Royal Oak in rose gold. Silver-toned Grand Tapisserie dial with diamonds on its bezel. Alright, so now onto the review itself. This is the case, the 34mm case from finger to thumb, 34mm in diameter. It has an 8.8mm thickness, so pretty thin actually, and it's entirely in rose gold. We have the sort of rounded case minus the octagonal bevels. We have the exhibition case back as well. As you can see, it allows you to see the movement on the inside of the watch. More on that in a moment. All right, and we also have this sapphire crystal on the front as well as on the back to make it, nice and easy to see both the movement as well as the dial itself, with that sense of protection, the glare proofing as well as the scratch resistance. Extremely resistant to suit threads, dust, and the like. All right, now taking a look at the overall case offering from Audemars Piguet on their Royal Oak line. This is one of two configurations with the diamond bezel in 34mm. The only other one being the blue-grayish dial in a steel construction. All right, and when it comes to the sizes, you have 34s, 37mm. 33mm are possible to obtain for the general sense and purpose that you would get this watch for, but they are actually with a quartz movement. They're made with titanium, pink gold, white gold, and steel. And among the quartz offerings, only certain dial colors are actually available with certain case and bracelet materials. You can see them on our website at jazztime.com, link in the description below. All right, so taking a look at this bezel here, we also have a high polish on this first bevel. We have diamonds set on the inside of this bezel, which gives us a total of 40 diamonds, all in sections of 5, separated by the hexagonal screws, as is the signature of the Royal Oak bezel design. Altogether, you have 0.71 carats, so you have plenty of diamond content on this bezel, despite the interspersement of the white gold hexagonal screws, as you can see. All right, we also have a sort of a brush finishing underneath that first polished bevel. All right, sort of matching that sense that you get from the case, which also does have that brush finishing. A high polish along the corners, the vertices of this case as well, gives it that very nice accented look that integrates very nicely with this bracelet. More on the bracelet in a moment. But taking a look closer at this dial now, we have a silver tone dial with what's known as the Grand Tapisserie pattern. That's those sort of squares, the raised squares pattern, with the guilloche patterning. It's those, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it has the tiny little grooves sort of etched into all of those little squares, with other grooves sort of counteracting in sort of like a perpendicular motion in the spaces among the squares. So you get sort of a double-sided sunray patterning, as you can see as I'm moving it out, throughout this light box. Right, so you have quite a distinct look on this dial, as you would get on any Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. All right, so it also has these pink gold applied index hour markers with luminescent coating, matching that the overall look of the Royal Oak hands as well. And while we're here, I can actually turn out the lights and show you the luminescence. All right, not too terribly bright, but this is a smaller dial, so you will get smaller indexes, or index marks rather, smaller indices, and therefore a little bit less luminescence overall applied, but still incredibly powerful, and I can read it very easily in the dark here. All right, now let's turn the lights back on so we can see it in its full glory here. Now the date aperture is at the 3 o'clock position, also taking the space of an hour mark, but you know, no white gold application here. It's sort of sunken into the watch, all right, as you can see. And it has a matching white background and therefore a squared out black font, where the number itself matches the color sort of the hour marks, as you can see. All right, or it's sort of it doesn't match the color, but it sort of matches the sensibility of the readability of these hour marks, because these hour marks are incredibly easy to read. All right, now taking a look closely at the periphery of this dial, we also have black painted on index marks for all of the minutes. All right, so if you need to set the time precisely, you can do so quite easily here, and they're very low on the visual hierarchy scale, because I'll take a bet that you probably didn't even notice that they were there until I actually pointed them out to you. All right, so that means they're there when you need them, but they'll easily hide because it's easy to overlook them because they're so low on the visual hierarchy scale. But good that they're there when you need them. All right, now when it comes to the functions, the default position is the first position for this winding crown. This allows you to wind the watch. From a dead stop, it takes about 20 or 30 full winds to get to the full power reserve. All right, simply pull out the crown to the first position. This allows you to quick set the date. It's about a quarter turn to advance the date by 1, so quite easy there. And you can see all of the different looks of this font within the date aperture. Kind of blocky, all right, but pretty modern in its general design. All right, and once you get to, say, the 30th of a month, and the day after would be the 1st of the next month, you can just simply do a quarter turn, get to the 31st, and as the hour hand rolls past midnight, you will get to the 1st of the next month. No issue there. All right. Pull the crown out to the final position. Note that it actually stops at seconds hand, so this allows you to have that hacking function. All right, and very useful for setting the time precisely. so you can set your hand wherever it needs to go. Press the crown directly back in. All right, actually, be sure to move the minute hand all the way back far enough and then move it forward. All right, without any backwards motion. Then you can move the hand in. All right, and there you go. That it gives you, it's not the easiest to set the time because the pieces are incredibly tiny. All right, and speaking of tiny pieces, the movement is the self-winding caliber 5800. It's based on the Vaucher VMF 3000. So basically this is an outsourced movement. So that doesn't sound very good, but this allows Audemars Piguet to really concentrate and focus all their R&D on making great watches. Right? And having an outsourced movement does help bring the overall cost of the watch down a bit. All right? And certainly they would trust Vaucher with their movements so that they can actually rely on them to keep their watches going. All right, so the diameter of this movement is 23.3 millimeters. It fits just inside this case very nicely. It has variable inertia gold blocks with a flat balance spring on the inside. Beats at a frequency rating of 28,800 vibrations per hour or 4 Hertz. It has the central mounted unidirectional rotor, as you can see, moving around on the inside, with a frosted central texture with high polished bevels. All right, so I'm zoomed in as far as I can go without bumping into the watch there, but there you can see all of the tiny little textures and the details within that unidirectional rotor. All right, unidirectional rotor actually does end up being a little bit more efficient in terms of its winding capabilities. All right, it has 28 joules total with 189 parts, and it allows for the quick set date with the stop seconds for precise time setting, both of which I had just demonstrated. It also, all of this brings you to 50 hours of power reserve, so you can simply wind the watch and wear it on your wrist, and once you no longer need it, you can set it down for about 2 days, and you can pick it up on the 3rd day. No need to wind the watch. It'll still be running just fine. All right, the bracelet here, looking at the framing, again, we have the integrated overall look, the literal integration here of this bracelet onto the case. We have the brush finishing continuing on from the case down through these links with a high polish between every 2 links, as well as a high polish on the edges of these intermediate links. So you have sort of that modular yet integrated and glowing look. All right, that really gives us a very distinct look. Also, that high polished vertex on the sort of bevel on the case does continue on to these links, as you can see. Very nice, smooth, and very smooth transition as well. Nice, gentle tapering down to the deployment clasp here, which has a double button deployment system, so just simply press both sides in to open it up, nice and easy. Also, you can see that there are hallmarks on this bracelet clasp here, sort of also matching the hallmarks on the case here, so that you know that you're dealing with precious metals. In this case, rose gold or pink gold, depending on how you look at it, basically the same thing. A very warm tone to this gold. All right, and while we're here, I can actually try it on, give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. All right, now my wrist is 7 inches in circumference, or 18 centimeters, so I can actually wear this watch quite comfortably with all of the links. It actually fits me perfectly. All right, so anyone with a wrist about the size of mine can certainly wear this, and I actually do quite like the overall size here because it does actually allow for a clear view of that case and the dial with a little bit of framing from the bracelet. All right, as you can see, I can see plenty of bracelet on the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock sides, so I do get that excellent framing, and it's a very nice fit for my wrist because there's no space underneath this lug. It really gives it a sense of safety, sort of as it grips my wrist very nicely. It's very form-fitting, that's the word. It's form-fitting, and the breathability of this bracelet does allow for the wrist to, sort of wick away sweat or, otherwise keep it breathable, all right? And the overall wearability, the weight distribution is excellent because the full links on this bracelet do allow it to sort of act as a very good counterweight to the case, which is actually incredibly light for what you get. All of that gold content in there, certainly counterbalanced by the gold content in the bracelet. Feels very good on the wrist. You can barely note that it's there even at all. All right, so so this is an incredibly light watch, and it has a more sportier, modern look than its counterparts in both Rolex and Patek Philippe. Rolex's closest competitor would be the rose gold Datejust 31 with sort of that butterfly motif and the President bracelet, and as it is relatively recently discontinued, as of the making of this video at least, it trades at a comparable market 60K price, this one being at 55K on the market, at least as of the making of this video. Patek Philippe offers a ladies Nautilus in 35 millimeters, so relatively close to this size at 34 millimeters. Retails at the Rolex and Audemars Piguet's market prices, with its own market price starting at $75,000, about a 20% higher cost. So, the Nautilus is much more mature and refined, generally more elegant, something that you'd wear to a more formal function or in business attire. The Rolex Datejust, on the other hand, has much more feminine appeal to it, which, potentially excludes a more masculine audience. This one, the Royal Oak, brings us, closer to a potential more unisex audience, as it, it does fit on a wrist like mine, and it is generally a mid-size for women as well, and is more, modern and sportier, and can fit well with casual attire, t-shirt, baseball cap, and shorts. And you can even still wear this with a suit, especially with these diamonds on this bezel. It's more flexible in that sense, you could say. And when it comes to price point, the Royal Oak easily has the Nautilus beat. As of the making of this video, it's about 25 to 33% more affordable than the Nautilus. But if money were no object, you could you'd be telling a different story, one that you can only tell. So which one do you think you would want? Let us know down in the comments below. But who would buy one of these watches, a rose gold Audemars Piguet watch? Not everyone wants a gold watch every day, and it's extremely flashy and it's malleable. For someone who can drop this kind of money on a gold watch with a hardness of 3 out of 10 on the diamond scale, you potentially risk damage if you wear it every day. But if you wear it right, at the right situations, with the right functions, it will allow you to flex among your peers, show them that you're ready for anything, be it formal or even sporty in nature, without compromising on the luxury. So, well, if you can't decide, you can pick up this one as well as the steel version with the blue dial, so you have the option on hand, almost literally. Yeah, so enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video as it helps us out. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, used, discontinued, or even in production like this one, visit our site at jazztime.com. Links in the description below. You can buy it there. You can see images as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.